Sitting in my room with my smoker jacket on. No, I'm just chilling. So, I don't usually make videos like this, but I'm trying to help y'all. There's been about 4 or 5 Cinderella drugs, Goodnight Cinderella, druggings in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And let me just give y'all some, we don't want Brazil to turn into Colombia, especially not Medellin, this particular place. We don't want Rio to turn into Medellin when it comes to the druggings. And what I am interested to see is if the people who are getting drugged, are they going to the police? Are they reporting it to the police? And the buildings that they're staying in, do they have cameras? Do they have doormen? The number one ways to not get Goodnight Cinderella or scopolamine is to not drink with strangers. That's the number one way. People say there are other ways to do it, but almost in most cases, and 99% of the cases, when you get the information, or the ones who allow you to have the information, it was something was put in their drink. When you in large crowds of people, always hold your hand over your drink. Like, hold on. If this is your drink and you still want to drink, when you're not drinking, hold your cup like this. When you're not drinking. And when it's a bottle, I usually have my thumb, like that. Don't set your drink down. Don't let somebody get the drink for you. Get your own drinks yourself. Watch the person pouring your drink. And try not to go out by yourself, even though people have been getting drugged 2 at a time or more. What I will say in regards to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, not Brazil, is from the reports that I have information on, all of the Goodnight Cinderella druggings were all in Lapa. Now, Lapa is one of the party districts in Rio de Janeiro. There's an area with the bars and restaurants, and it's crowded all night, people in the street. It's over there in the same area as the Celeron steps, the mosaic steps that you see in Snoop's beautiful video. It's all in that area. There are the big arches. And there's the Pedro do Sal, which is the Monday night samba party every Monday. And there are, I would say, at least 30 vendors. And the main drink that they're making all night is caipirinhas, all different types of flavors. They're usually pretty cheap, like 15 reais. And besides that being a national drink, that drink is served and ordered a lot in Rio. Can't speak for other places, but in Rio. So I would say Number one, stay the hell out of Lapa. They don't pour caipirinhas. They do have street vendors on the beach, out on the Princess Isabella on the strip. No, excuse me, Avenida Atlantica, which is like the beach walk. It's the avenue that the beach, Copacabana Beach, runs up and down. They do have vendors out there making caipirinhas. Usually starts during the evening. And there are the barracas on the beach, you know, the numbers 30, 40, 50, you know, goes all the way down. They make drinks, mainly caipirinhas, but they make drinks at the barracas on the beach. And they have beach bars. Now, I'm not certain, but I've never heard of anybody getting drugged in Copacabana or Copacabana Beach, or even Ipanema or Leblon or anything. These are all happening in Lapa. And it's probably easier to happen in Lapa, especially at Pedro do Sal, because there are so many vendors. There are so many people there. And it's easy to meet girls there. And I guess there are people there targeting foreigners to drug them. So I would say also, don't pick up any street meat. Don't pick up any girls in Lapa on the street that you don't know. Stay out of Lapa. Cover your drink or don't drink at all. I haven't heard anything's happened in Botafogo or any other areas. This is all, even another YouTuber, I think his name is the Swedish Gringo. Like a year ago, he got drugged, and they took all his stuff. Then the other brother got drugged, and he died. I don't know if he died from the drugging, but he passed away. And then recently, someone else got drugged. But to my understanding, those all happened in Lapa. So stay out of Lapa. Stay out of Lapa. You know, and avoid. I would just say avoid the area. And be aware, of course, it could happen other places. If they're not successful there, maybe they'll move around. But I'm more interested to see how the police will handle the druggings here. How might they handle recovering people's property? Laptops, phones, whatever, passports, money, credit cards. And do they have a good system here like in Colombia? Because the system in Colombia is so good that they've been draining people's account. I mean, they really have a mafia in place in Colombia. Now, here, I don't know, is it, you know, single situations, small groups? I don't know. But I think the best way to protect yourself from getting good night Cinderella in Rio de Janeiro is stay out of Lapa. Number one. Two, hate to say it, but don't drink around people you don't know, especially girls. And if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. Like I said before, people try to jump all over me for it, it's that it's usually the girls who, and don't get me wrong, they're kind people in Rio de Janeiro. But when you see girls being extra friendly, you be like, shit, I know I'm not that good looking. It's usually for a reason. It's usually for a reason. So we don't want this to become a whole big thing like in Colombia. Nip it in the bud. If they don't have the success, they're probably going to stop doing it. But you don't want them to gain success and gain popularity, because then other people, there's going to be copycats. And we don't want it to become a big thing here. And I would say, even if you are embarrassed, you should come forward and talk about it on maybe social media, share your experience, and you should go to the police and start making do whatever you can to expose the people that are doing it or to fight back against it. Just my advice, some thoughts, PSA, how to stay safe from the Goodnight Cinderella in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Peace.